Midweek in Salem, and peace is nowhere to be found. Old lies resurface, hidden truths ignite, and trust begins to crumble under the weight of secrets too dangerous to keep. Hearts are tested, alliances fracture, and one shocking confession threatens to change everything. Love turns to fear, power turns to panic, and by nightfall, someone's world will collapse. Because in Salem, no secret stays buried, and even an ordinary Wednesday can become the day everything falls apart. The episode opens not with shouting or chaos, but with something rarer in Salem: stillness. At Horton Square, the afternoon sun filters through the cafe windows as Holly Jonas hesitates at the doorway. Across the room sits Ariana Horton, the friend she betrayed, the girl whose trust she shattered when lies, photos, and fire consumed their lives. For a moment, neither speaks. Then, slowly, Ari rises. They meet halfway. No music, no words, just an embrace that trembles between relief and heartbreak. Holly whispers, "I almost left for Paris. I thought running would fix everything." Ari's response cuts softly, but deeply: running doesn't fix what's broken. It just spreads the cracks. Their reunion plays out like emotional surgery: delicate, painful, necessary. Both are victims of choices far beyond their years: deceit, obsession, and one terrible night that scarred them both. Yet in their quiet voices, forgiveness flickers. It's hesitant but real. Ari wipes her eyes and murmurs, "You can't change what you did. But you can change what you do next." Holly nods. For the first time in weeks, she smiles, not because she's happy, but because she finally stops pretending to be. But as they part ways, both glance toward the distance, toward the secret that still looms: the truth about Sophia's baby. Forgiveness may be possible. Forgetting never will be. Meanwhile, across town, guilt and panic collide in a dimly lit corner of the Salem campus. Tate Black sits alone at a park bench, head in his hands. The echoes of the airport confrontation still ring in his ears: Holly's tearful face, Sophia's deception, and that one sentence that changed everything: "He's not the father." He finally exhales, free but hollow. Then footsteps approach. Aaron Green, his friend, his rival, his mirror. The conversation starts simple: awkward jokes, forced smiles, until Tate says the words that shatter the illusion: "It's official. The baby isn't mine." Aaron freezes. A beat of silence. Then his hand trembles slightly. You're sure?" Tate nods, watching him closely. And in that split second, everything clicks. The widened eyes, the nervous swallow, the guilt. Aaron's breathing grows shallow. His voice cracks. "Are you sure it's not mine?" Tate doesn't answer, because he doesn't need to. The truth hangs between them like smoke, heavy and choking. For the first time, Aaron looks terrified, not of discovery, but of responsibility. The reckless night he thought he'd buried has come back to claim him. Tate, drained and disillusioned, simply stands. "I guess we're both paying for Sophia's lies, just in different ways." As he walks away, Aaron sinks onto the bench, panic setting in. It's not just anxiety. It's the sound of denial collapsing, and a young man realizing that the secret he tried to forget might soon destroy him. And then, somewhere else in Salem, the storm finally breaks. Sophia Choi sits trembling in Melinda Trask's office, a space as cold and calculated as the woman herself. Papers are neatly stacked, blinds half drawn. The only sound is the ticking of a clock, relentless, merciless. Melinda doesn't look up from her laptop when she speaks. "If you called me here to whine again, don't. I'm busy saving your reputation, what's left of it." But when Sophia finally whispers, "It's Aaron. He's the father," Melinda freezes. For a full 10 seconds, silence. Then, slowly, Melinda lifts her head. Her voice turns to steel. "Do you realize what you've just said?" Tears spill down Sophia's cheeks. "I can't lie anymore. I've destroyed enough lives already." Melinda rises, pacing like a shark circling blood. "No, Sophia. you've destroyed your own life. Do you have any idea what this means? The fire, the stolen photos, the false accusations. You've handed the court a confession on a silver platter. But Sophia doesn't fight back. She's too tired. Maybe I deserve it. That's when Melinda softens, slightly. Listen to me. We control this. We frame it as confusion, trauma, not deceit. You let me handle the fallout. It's a rare glimpse of compassion from Salem's toughest attorney, but it comes laced with self-interest. Because if Sophia goes down, so does Melinda's credibility. The camera lingers on Sophia's face, pale, tear-streaked, terrified. For the first time, she's not scheming or lying. She's broken. And in Salem, that's often when the real story begins. At the DiMera loft, Johnny sits at the kitchen table, staring at a small framed photo of Tesoro, the child he and Chanel hoped to raise as their own. The morning light hits his face, revealing sleepless eyes and the kind of exhaustion that only heartbreak can bring. Chanel enters quietly, holding 2 cups of coffee, though neither of them really wants to drink. She watches him for a moment before whispering, "You're thinking about him again, aren't you?" Johnny doesn't look up. "We wanted to give him stability," he mutters, voice breaking. "Now it's chaos all over again." The tension in the room is suffocating. They're both terrified, not of losing custody, but of losing hope. Sophia's confession about the baby's real father has turned their dream into quicksand. Every step forward only pulls them deeper. Chanel tries to be the anchor. She places her hand on his, but her grip trembles. "We've been through worse," she says softly. "We'll get through this too." But Johnny's silence says what words can't. This time, he isn't sure. As the scene fades, he stands and whispers, "I'll talk to Brady." Maybe he knows something, anything. But in his eyes, there's a flicker of acceptance, that in Salem, love isn't a shield. It's a battlefield, and not every promise survives the truth. Meanwhile, at DiMera Enterprises, success and sorrow collide under the harsh glare of fluorescent lights. Theo Carver stands at the head of the boardroom table, freshly appointed as CEO. Papers are signed. Cameras flash. Tony DiMera shakes his hand with that signature DiMera smile, polite, but unreadable. But outside the conference room doors, another storm brews. Abe Carver walks in, his face tight with anger, not loud, but lethal. He looks at Theo not as a CEO, but as a son walking into a trap. "You think this is progress?" Abe's voice is low, trembling with barely contained fury. "You're not leading them, Theo, they're leading you." Theo's expression hardens. "You taught me to make my own choices, Dad. I'm not afraid of the DiMeras." Maybe it's time they saw what real leadership looks like. Paulina steps between them, calm but conflicted. "He's not a boy anymore, Abe. Let him stand." But Abe shakes his head. "Not in their world. That world eats good men alive." The silence that follows is unbearable, pride and love locked in combat. Theo's jaw tightens as he says, "Then I'll change it from the inside." But the look in Abe's eyes says it all. He's seen too much to believe that's possible. Theo's victory feels hollow, shadowed by a father's warning and a mother's worry. And in Salem, when family and ambition collide, it's never the company that breaks, it's the heart. Wednesday's episode may move quietly, but every silence hides an aftershock. Holly and Ari's reunion offers emotional healing, a flicker of peace in a town drowning in guilt. Yet that peace is fragile, balanced on secrets waiting to explode. Tate's confession set him free, but it chained Aaron to a guilt he can't outrun. The truth about Tessero's real father isn't just a revelation, it's a bomb with a slow-burning fuse. Sophia's breakdown finally stripped her of her mask, but her partnership with Melinda Trask might turn from mentorship into manipulation. Melinda may promise protection, but in Salem, every favor comes with a price. Johnny and Chanel's heartbreak reminds us that love here isn't gentle, it's survival. Their bond may endure, but the cracks are spreading. And over at Demera Enterprises, Theo's rise and Abe's fury prove that ambition and idealism never coexist for long. A son's pride has set a new Demera war in motion, one that could destroy 2 families instead of 1. Wednesday isn't a calm before the storm. It is the storm, quiet, creeping, and ready to strike again before the week ends. So, what do you think, Days fans? Will Sophia's confession finally set the truth free, or drag more lives into chaos? Can Theo prove he's strong enough to lead? And will Johnny and Chanel lose everything they've fought for? Comment your theories below, hit like if you love the drama, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Days of Our Lives breakdowns. Because in Salem, every truth comes with a